Hello, everybody. It's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. I'm going to make this really short and sweet tonight. I just wanted to come on here really quick because I've got something that's pulling on my heartstrings lately. It's fresh. Hold on a second. I got to put my hair up. We're not going to talk about the zodiac signs tonight. First of all, I want to ask everybody while we're waiting for a couple people to come on here, how's everybody's energy? Like, I've been really buzzy, like almost like vibrating pretty much this whole week. And I had to kind of up my anxiety. I take half of a sleeping aid, and I had to take the whole thing last night. And coincidentally, if there is a coincidence, I did sleep better, so maybe that's why I was in a better mood today. But lately, I've been feeling really buzzy. So comment on here if anybody else is feeling buzzy. The topic tonight, as I said, is kind of on my heartstrings and really fresh to my life lately is forgiveness. I'm going to talk about what I've learned in the past, how I navigate around the subject and the actual act of forgiveness, and just give you some insight and some perspective. Take whatever resonates with you, leave the rest. Okay? Hello, Tim. So I'm going to try to keep this under 20 minutes to a half hour. It's just too nice out to be inside, but I've already done my outside stuff. So forgiveness. Forgiveness is an unconditional act of kindness. And it's a hard thing to do, especially when we think that the person doesn't deserve it, and if the person has not apologized for their actions, and maybe the person that we want to forgive is no longer around, so they won't reap the benefits of our forgiveness to them. And then there's the act of unconditional, or the unconditional act of kindness of forgiving someone is when we forgive them for ourselves. And then there's forgiving ourselves. And I believe that if you can forgive yourself, you can forgive others. And I can't really tell you what's more important. I guess it all depends on the person, and it all depends on the situation. Because I asked the question today. I'm like, well, what if somebody asked me, like, what's more important, forgiving others or forgiving yourselves? Forgiving yourself. And I guess you can't really you can forgive someone and not yourself, because there are lots of people that are people pleasers and they don't fill their own cup. So I can't really answer that question. Maybe in a year from now I'll be able to. But today in time I cannot answer that question. I know that it's very hard to let shit go for me. And I've had to really work at letting shit go. And when we let shit go, we don't bury it. We give it to God, and He takes care of it. And we let that burden go because it doesn't serve us anymore. Chances are what you cannot forgive yourself for, or you cannot forgive that person that wronged you for, is in the past. And we can't change the past. We can't control the past. We cannot control how that person reacted, why they did it. We can't control that. We maybe can even try to understand it, but why does it matter? It's in the past. And the important thing is if you want to bring peace to peace of mind and peace to your soul, forgive them. And there's nothing more to do after that. There's a misconception with something magical has to happen after you forgive someone or after you forgive yourself. I mean, if you forgive yourself, I believe that you are going to feel differently. I know I have, when I have forgiven myself for things that I have done. And there seems to be a kind of a release or a relief when you forgive someone. And it's not righteous. I want to make that crystal clear. It is not selfish, and it is not righteous to forgive someone and to forgive yourself. It's all about choosing. And it's all about getting in that mindset of, what would Jesus do? I know it's a cliche, but really, what would Jesus do? And if you want to make amends, and that person that you say that person is no longer here, that you want to apologize. It goes both ways. If you want an apology, or if you want that forgiveness from someone, and that someone is just not letting themselves be in that state that they can forgive you. And that's hard when you truly are sorry for something, and you truly have learned your lesson from that crime, or from that whatever you have done. And if you are truly sorry and you've made amends, you've told that person, and they still won't forgive you, then that's on them. And what you need to do is you need to forgive yourself. And anything else that happens is going to happen after that for you. And the universe is going to set it in motion. There's nothing more that really needs to be done after that. After you say you're sorry to someone, they don't have to forgive you. They don't have to accept your apology. It's great if they do, and then that's it. There's no more expectations after that. No more needs to be expected. Yeah. And then on the other end, if that person doesn't, if that person never apologizes, that's something else too that can be difficult. If that person never apologizes, and maybe that person has passed on, and now there is no way for you to even ask for them to apologize, then that's where you need to forgive them. An unconditional act of kindness. I'm going to read from the book, folks. I pulled a card. I pulled this specific card. I did not do random. I specifically picked out this forgiveness card. And do you notice what color it is? This is from the Chakra Deck. And so the heart chakra right here is green. So you'll notice that forgiveness comes from the heart. True forgiveness comes from the heart. Do not forgive someone if you have an expectation, because it will not stick and it will not work, and you will not get what you want. That's letting go, healing, growth, compassion. Those are all wonderful words. And look at this girl. She's in the rainbow. And she's blowing on this dried dandelion. So she's going to let this go. Those are all her worries. But she's also planting seeds. Seeds of growth. What did she learn out of this situation? How can she be more forgiving of herself? How can she accept others when they apologize without judgment? So letting go, healing, growth, and compassion. I think those are all four very good words that focus around the principle of forgiveness. The unconditional act of kindness is forgiveness. Let go of unresolved grief and blame towards yourself and others. The path of freedom awaits. Clouds part and a rainbow emerges, marking a moment of energetic celebration of a young woman releases a past grievance and sends a wish into the world. Dandelion seeds spiral through the breeze, each carrying a spark of new life, force, potential. From this one single exhale, 1,000 positive wishes circle to the earth, bringing forth a garden of fresh growth possibility. Forgiveness. It's time to let go of unresolved grief and blame toward yourself and others. When we cling to pain and grievance, we create blockages in our heart that dampen our energy and experience. Even if we believe we are justified in holding back forgiveness, in the end, we are the ones who suffer the most. Like a fragile wound freshly cleaned, when we release old anger and resentment, we may at first feel raw and vulnerable. That's very true. I can relate to this. Is it here in our vulnerability that we are wide open and sensitive enough to truly allow healing to begin? Yes. In this letting go, there is a strength and a lightness of being that has the power to transform. This card is an invitation to allow the energy of forgiveness to move through you. If you had not had the chance to fully express your grief or anger, you may wish to write down your feelings, cry, or even yell if you need to. Express what comes up for you and then be willing to let it go. Whatever it is, does not need to define who you are, nor does it deserve to burden your heart any longer. Look at what you have learned and how you have grown. See the situation, yourself, and others with compassion and empathy. Recognize that we are all human and that mistakes actually lead to our growth and better understanding of each other. Look for the positive. Forgiveness does not mean that you agree with whatever has occurred. It just means that you choose to accept things as they are and realize that they are now in the past. Be grateful for the new understanding and perspective you have on things. Trust and allow all life's imperfections, including your own, to be released into the breeze, where they may spiral their way lightly back to the earth. Set yourself free through forgiveness. Well, I can relate a lot to that, and that makes a whole bunch of sense. And I really like that. Word for word, I agree with all of that. For the collective, I'm going to pull a card. Hello, Adam. I didn't expect a lot of people to be on here, but you know, that's the nice part about Facebook, is you can post it and people can watch it later. So I'm going to pull a card for the collective. Shuffle these. Gotta make 2 small decks because I have itty bitty hands. All right, I shuffled them. I'm gonna knock 3 times and pick a top card for the collective. Details, details. It's in the details. Or maybe it's not. Oh, by the way, this card was 23. 2 plus 3 is 5. And this one is 43. 4 plus 3 is 7. Maybe I'm too close. There we go. There's a lot going on in this card. Oh, wow, look at that. So right away I'm drawn to the word clarity in the magnifying glass. What is that? It's like is it smoke or something broke? I can't really tell. But I like how, like, that was the seeds in this card are now, like, kind of incorporated in this card. Details, details. And there's, like, a mouse with, like, a dunce cap on. So right away I get the, like, you know, yeah, we all make stupid mistakes, you know, but the power is learning from them and being able to use that knowledge next time as reflection, you know, and realize, oh, that didn't feel so good. You know, how many times you got to touch the stove before you realize, okay, that hurts, it burns, And then it hurts for like a week because it's a pretty big blister. And then we also have like, I don't know what this is, but it's got like, to me it looks like a clock or a compass. Oh, is that like the zodiac signs? I believe it is. I don't know what this apparatus here is called, but it has like, I think it has directions on it, and it looks like it has a clock on one part, and then it also has like the zodiac signs. So if anybody knows what that is, hello Angela. If anybody knows what that is, please let me know, because I think this is a compass in the middle. The zodiac signs are around it. But anyways, and then there's like a whole bunch of stacked books. And it's kind of like it's like the books just keep stacking, and that's like all our knowledge and all our experiences and all our lessons. You know, and then it's got the magnifying glass on clarity. So pausing and being still can bring you clarity when you need more details. And sometimes this goes both ways. Like sometimes you need to really focus on the details. Focus on the obvious details and then focus on the not obvious details. It's kind of like, so what's coming in my head right now is like forensics science, like at a murder scene. You know, some things, because it's a habit, they're not as obvious. But, you know, if the killer knew that, then of course he's going to do that or he's going to leave that out or whatever. That might not be a clue. So look at the details, the fine details, and then look at the broader details. Look at both sides. I forgive, but I won't forget. But that's just me, and I don't think I'm alone on that. Okay, so I'm gonna like divulge on the I forgive, but I won't forget. So that's okay. Like I think there's a huge misconception in what is the outcome. And really there shouldn't be really any expectation of forgiveness or apologizing. You kind of got to do it for yourself. You know, if you feel like shit and you wrong someone, apologize. How hard is it to say, I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry. And that's all you have to do. They don't have to forgive you. They don't have to accept your apology. You know, it's situational. It depends on the person, the situation, what actually happened. You know, and I don't think you have to forget. I think not forgetting, but forgiving means you can go about your day with peace and it doesn't burden you because you did your part. You did your part. You forgave them. You accepted their apology. You did what Jesus would do. And the important part is to move forward and grow. What did you learn? What did you learn from that situation? Maybe there was something that you learned that had nothing to do with the situation. It had nothing to do with the act of what that person did. Maybe it brought forward some details of something in your own life totally not related. Hello, Stephanie. Totally not related. So now you can thank that person or thank the universe for allowing you to be in that very moment at that very time, because that person wouldn't have wronged you then. And then you wouldn't have been able to learn the lesson. And you wouldn't have been able to like take that moment and go, oh wow, now this happened because of this. Everything happens for a reason, folks. So just because this happened doesn't mean that that was the lesson. It might have had nothing to do with that person, but because they were there in that very moment and they wronged you and you needed to forgive them, it opened up an opportunity of growth for yourself personally. Do you see where I'm getting at? Do you see where I'm getting at? What else do I see in this card? Lots and lots of books. Lots and lots of lessons to be learned. And then, so there's like the only thing on that book that looks like it is the word clarity. So sometimes we have to write our own stories, and that's okay. And we can change our story. We can manifest our future. But get out of the past. Get out of the past. That is a horrible place to live in. You know, especially when there's burdens. Hello, Kelly. Especially when there's burdens. You know, the past, I always say, like when I journal or talk to my clients or on these lives, that the past is just an opportunity to reflect on, hello, Ron, and the past is an opportunity to reflect on what did work and what didn't work, and to move forward and to maybe explore different ideas if something in the past didn't work, you know? I'm going to read from the book about the details for those of you just tuning in. I know I'm not at 7, but it's just too nice out, folks. Get your asses outside. Okay, so the card I randomly pulled for the collective. The most powerful patterns are created within the tiniest details. Pay attention. This is the time to be aware of the fine print in all areas of your life. Look at the details and leave the broad strokes for another time. When this card appears in a reading, it's a sign to finesse a project, make small but meaningful gestures, or add a personal touch to your correspondence. Be aware that what you need to know lies in the details. If you're entering into an agreement of any kind, pay attention to them before, not after, when it's too late. Clarity and transparency are key. You can gain great understanding by observing the minute body language, offhand remarks, and fleeting facial expressions that reveal the larger picture. I'm going to read the reversed because sometimes the reversed resonates more for people. Heed the gentle warning that perfectionism will not lead you to what you desire, but instead will steer you away from it. Nothing will be good enough when you become obsessed with being perfect. No one can ever measure up to your scrutiny, and nothing that you can ever do will assuage that general feeling of not being up to par. You're perfect already, just as you are. The Details card challenges you to accept things as they are in all their imperfections, to step into the world and engage it without any expectations. What we just talked about. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. I like that. Any questions? Tim, get out of the past to a point. It's like touching the stove 2 days ago and you're going to touch it again. Well, why are you touching it again? You know? Obviously it didn't burn you enough that you were able to do it again. So for some of us, it takes many, many burns in order to learn our lesson. So I said that I would be quick, and I want to be quick. A couple events going on. So I have just been like so busy making things. I've been making greeting card bundles. I've been making 1111 signs. They're made out of metal, and I'm going to do some acrylic pour paint art on them, and I will be selling those. I have spirit wish jars, and what else? Oh, journals, and maybe some magnets, some refrigerator magnets. And I will be selling all of them at the Wine Walk in Bloomer, Main Street, next Friday from 4 to 7. And I'm going to be by Crush Nutrition, if you guys know where that is. And I think when I get some stuff done, I will like take some pictures, because if you guys can't get to it and you really want some of these items for birthdays or shower gifts, or you want to get a head start on your Christmas, get them now. I might not have any more available by Christmas. So that's where I'll be. What else? Oh, and then I want to say the forgiveness ceremony is I think it's June. Can you guys hang on a second? I just want to Okay, sorry about that. I don't know if you guys could hear me. The forgiveness ceremony is June 24th at our house, and it's going to be more, I'm going to add something to it. I'm going to add forgiveness ceremony, plus we're going to do like a letting go ceremony, and I have a little kind of a homework project that we do here. Everything is going to be done here. We're going to write the letters here, and we're going to do the other letting go part, and that might be a surprise. So if you're interested in that, it's free, and it is a full moon that day, and I believe we're going to do 7. We're going to start it at 7. I know there's a lot of graduation parties going on, and then it's not Father's Day weekend. I think that's the weekend before, but it's June 24th. The event is on here, and I will post it again. And if you get a chance, watch the Power of Positivity video that I posted earlier. It was one of the first videos that I did when I started my journey, and I felt very compelled to listen to it today, and there was a lot of messages in there that I needed to hear today, and I want to pass it on because there's a lot of there's so much shifting going on. You guys really, we all have to just stay together and pull together as a team, and just let each other know that, hey, what you're experiencing is, you're not the only one. You're not the Lone Ranger. Everybody is experiencing this energy shift, and don't get freaked out. Don't try to resist it. That's one of the worst things that everybody's like on TikTok and YouTube has been talking about, like, try not to resist this energy. Just find ways to let it come in and sit in it for a while. You're not going to die. It's just energy. Don't let it consume you. It's just energy. Let it come through you. And okay, Tim, see you later. Thanks for watching. Just let it come through you the best to your ability. Once again, Travis and I, we do offer services. I do like online oracle card coaching. I pull cards, I give people insight and perspective, and Travis does Reiki, and he also has like a shaman journey, what do you call it? It's not a class, but it's like a session, a shaman journey session that he does. So check out the Third Crow Energies Facebook page, and there's a little bio and a list of stuff that we offer with prices. So check that out. All right, enough said. Go forgive someone. All right, love you.